minutes, it's all set up, it's gotta be here in 30
For
minutes.
$150.
Right. It's gotta be within 30 minutes, you gotta be here. He says, I'm on my way, right? Well, 45 minutes later, you can check on my phone record there, you know, you can see the calls were right, bang, bang, together, you know. One was like 45 minutes later, I called him back out there again, you know, and he was gone from there, so I figured he'd show up at my house any minute. Well, he showed up, you know, like he was an hour late, let's put it this way.
Okay.
So he picked me up, we went from my house, went right down to.
What time was it?
Early afternoon, like probably 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that, you know.
Okay.
You know.
And you
I
guys,
went down.
you guys were getting along at that point?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay.
You know. You know. Plus he was going to give me pills on top of the thing too. You know. You know. Plus went down to Becky's house. Well, she wasn't going to answer the door because Alan was there at the time, her husband. He really don't care, but he didn't want to have, you know.
That going on
Right, like while he was home. Right, so then we start going back out, and he's pissed off at me for saying, you know, you said there's nothing wrong doing all this, and I'm saying, well, fuck you, you know. You know, if you would have been here 30 minutes earlier, you know, this thing would have been done, you know. And I'm yelling at this in my front yard to him, you know, out there in front of my house to him. And thank God them kids were there, you know, that heard that, you know, because I didn't even know anybody was standing there, you know.
So you went down there, did you stop anywhere on the way back to the apartment, or did you
Nope.
go to the apartment and then straight back to?
Straight back to the house, I believe, right, straight back to the house.
You didn't stop at Gary Marks's?
Gary Marsh's. No, he stopped at Gary Marsh's before he got to my, there was something about Gary Marsh there. I was pretty whacked, you know. I drank a fifth of whiskey that day, and then took 6 hydrocodones on top of it. You know, you guys couldn't tell I was.
I couldn't smell it or anything. I couldn't, and I've got a damn good nose. I could not smell it.
Okay. Well,
I did.
I was pretty whacked out.
I could tell you were whacked out. I could tell you were whacked out.
Yeah, plus taking a lorazepam too on top of it.
Yeah.
You know, but I was pretty freaking whacked out. But
well, I'm kind
as far as any gun goes, this stuff is all supposed to take place. Like I stopped him up at Country Club Apartments, like he just happened to run into me, like I'm an acquaintance. Look at our phone records, like his phone records and my phone records. The hundreds of times it's been called out out there, you know. Look at them, like I'm like a casual acquaintance.
Yeah.
Bullshit, you know. And like I stopped him up at the Country Club, and I robbed him up at the Country Club. This is all bullshit. Nothing about, you know, why he came into town, why I called him. What this whole conversation, the whole thing started about was so he could fuck Becky Erickson, you know.
So, okay, so you went over there, 12:30, 1 o'clock, it was too late, she wasn't going to come to the door.
Yeah.
Then he got pissed.
He got pissed, you know, and then we're arguing going back up to
Then
the
you
house.
don't remember stopping at Marks's on the way back up there.
I can't, I thought he was going to stop at Marsh's before he got to my house,
Okay.
you know, because he said he had to talk to Gary Marsh about something about the sale of that house up
Okay.
there, you know.
But you don't remember being there.
I was pretty fucked up on that, but,
All right.
you know, but he made it sound like all this took place, you know, like I robbed him and all this shit up here at this was right straight up to, you know, right to my house, to Becky Erickson's, you know, Becky and then back, and then the argument out, and still right outside in front of my house. And I was screaming at him, well, fuck you, if you would have been here 30 minutes earlier, this would have been taken care of.
Did you ever say you were going to shoot it? Were you mad enough?
No, absolutely not. I didn't have a gun. I don't have a gun.
I mean, even if you did.
No, I never, no threat of a gun. No way, no positive, no, absolutely no way. And to have a gun on it, fuck that. That's bullshit. I don't even own a gun. You know, I got rid of my gun 2 years ago, all my guns 2 years ago. Matter of fact, I sold a lot of them to police officers, you know, because I didn't, you know, I figured, well, that's a good place to get. If I sell them to somebody else and somebody shoots somebody with them, and then, you know, and drop the gun, it's mine, you know.
Exactly. And that was basically it. You never took any prescription drugs on him, you never.
None, no prescription drugs, no goddamn guns, there's no guns, no doctor killing him at all. The only thing was fuck you. If you would've been here 30 minutes later, this thing would've been done.
So were you both outside?
Or we're outside of the pickup truck.
And
talking.
was he yelling back at you, or?
Yeah, yelling back at me.
What was he saying?
He was saying, well, there's a bunch of, well, fuck you and this shit, and I'm telling you, he says, I can't remember the whole conversation, you know, but it was more or less like, fuck you. I remember saying, if you would've been here 30 minutes fucking earlier, if this whole thing would've been taken care of, it's your fault, not mine, you know, that you didn't get fuck this girl, you know.
Has he done it before, or?
No, and that's why he wanted to do it, but he's been trying to get me to do it, and I ain't no freaking pimp, you know, I'm not a pimp, you know, and I asked my wife about it too, she knows about him trying to get me to pimp, you know, trying to get me.
Anybody else? I mean, have you set him up with anybody else?
No,
to do
I
stuff
never
like
have,
This
but-
is the first time?
This is the first time, you know, he's wanted me to do a lot of other ones, well, one other one, I gotta say, there was one time, and that was that Hartford girl, that blonde hair Hartford girl. Well, she had a real bad drug problem, and he
Oh,
gave her
that's
drugs.
right.
You know what I'm talking about, used to live up
I
at
think so.
Broadway Apartments,
Yeah.
and then she split down or something like that, or, I can't remember what her first name is. I went, shit,
How long ago was that?
oh shit, that was about a year ago.
And he was giving her prescription drugs?
Yeah.
too?
Mhm.
I wonder where she's at.
Well, I don't know, last time I heard she was in Kalispell.
And he was actually doing her for drugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I know for a fact, you know.
Okay, and then that's basically the whole story about that day.
Now, about that day, but they're at no guns, no freaking pills, no threats, except for fuck you, you know? It's your fault that you weren't here 30 minutes earlier.
Okay.
And the gun thing about, that's what I liked about the gun, you know, 'cause I was pissed, you know, I was kinda pissed about what the hell was going on, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you
And
had to
then
do
when
a
you
look
said
at-
gun,
Yeah.
you know, and then I told Lynn, shut up, look, you know, I ain't got no guns, you know, and she knows I don't own guns, I have no
I'm
guns.
glad you understand our position, because we don't know, I mean,
Yeah.
we had to do it.
Well, I can see it, but boy, goddamn, you have a lot of cops. I'll walk down there.
You have to admit, you can be dangerous.
Well, one time, yeah, good.
Yeah, so, I mean.
But I'm not gonna, I'd rather shoot myself in the head than shoot a cop.
Oh,
You know,
God.
you know,
I'm
I
glad.
would.
I
If
don't
it
want
come
to
right
see
down to it,
that.
I'd shoot myself in the head before I shoot a police officer.
Yeah.
There's only one police officer in this town I hate, and that's Sanders, because he's always pushing me. He's always pushing, you know? And there's no need to what he does. There's no reason for what he does to me. You know, it's always pushing the, you know, putting the handcuffs on too tight, you know, jerking me around. He knows I got a bad back, pushing me in the back, you know, in the lower back, you know. And plus his attitude, that guy I dislike. And why should he ever even come up to my house ever? You know, he's asking for a confrontation. He wants a confrontation, and one day it may just go off. So why can't they send somebody else? I will talk to any police officer anytime. If there's any problem, I got no problem with them anytime, arrest me, whatever. But him is a confrontation every single time. And that shouldn't be right, you know, that they should be able to do that, you know.
I guess that's between you and him or the PD. So you got a list of stuff, I mean, I'm.
These are some of the